lovely world. So I wanted to maybe someday in the future I dive deep into the Marvel, either whether it's the cinematic universe or the TV shows that are based around Marvel comic books and stuff like that. But I want to focus today mostly on DC stuff, because I know that there's been a lot of Superman films made over the years that Superman's existed, and there's been a lot of films that have been made about Batman and his world. There's been quite a few Aquamans that have been surfaced and stuff like that. The other, characters, and there's Wonder Woman as well. There's a bunch of other characters in the DC world that they don't really show as much in that realm. Now, I'm not saying, and they've made a bunch of stuff with Flash and all of that stuff, but I'm just thinking, there are so many characters in the DC universe. And there's so many characters in the Marvel universe that they don't actually show in a movie or a TV show or things like that. I would love to see, I'm not saying they would ever do this in a Justice League film or anything like that, but I would love to see, what am I trying to get at here? Supergirl in a movie of some sort, and I know she's a smaller character and she's not as well known as like Superman or Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent or Diana Prince or whoever Barry White or whoever plays the Flash. It could be anyone that And I'm not just talking about, Ezra Miller's version of the Flash or, Grant Gustin's portrayal of the Flash or anyone else who played the Flash in previous movies and TV shows. I'm not just talking about, Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer and George Clooney and, all these other, and Christian Bale and anyone else who's played Batman over the years. And I'm not just talking about Henry Cavill and anyone else who's played, Superman in the past. I'm not just talking about, Gal Gadot. There's other actresses and actors that have played those roles over the, years that those characters have existed in the comic books. And, there's been, so many other actors and actresses who have played these roles, and that's great. I want to see more actors and actresses play, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman in the future, and, Supergirl. Whether it's, I'm not saying Melissa Benoist would ever join the Justice League or the movie that they released a couple years ago, or they'd have, Harley Quinn be one of the villains in the Batman movies in the future, or part of a squad of, bad guys to go against Justice League. I mean, they did talk about that in a movie, or not a movie. I was watching a video the other day about, they're making a new video game called Gotham Knights, I believe, and it's basically, you've got King Shark, you've got Boomerang, you've got Harley Quinn, and you've got one other character, and Deadshot. Now, I'm not saying they would ever put those characters in a Justice League film in the future, and they may not even ever make another Justice League film, because I believe, if I remember correctly, the Justice League film didn't do that well. I mean, Jason Momoa did a great job as Aquaman, but I'm just saying, and Mira was played by Amber Heard, and she did an amazing job, even though there's a lot of skepticism around her these days, and they want her removed and replaced by someone else like Emilia Clarke or someone else that could play that role. I'm just saying, look, I don't know what DC is going to do in the future, but I do know that Robert Pattinson is going to be playing Batman from now for at least 3 films. I think I could be wrong. I don't know what the new Batman movie is going to look like. I have no clue what that's going to look like. I mean, they did have that trailer last month that showed him as Batman. I don't know who the villain is going to be in the new Batman film. I have no idea who the villain is going to be in there. And it's going to be interesting to see how Robert Pattinson plays the role after Christian Bale did it for 3 movies. And then before that, I can't remember who played Batman, but it's been, it's just interesting to, Ben Affleck played Batman for 1 movie, I think it was, or maybe it was 2 movies. No, it had to have been 1. I think the only one he was in Justice League. And then he had that whole issue with alcoholism, which I'm not going to dive into, but I'm just saying, who knows what's going to happen with Superman and Justice League and anything else that, revolves around the DC universe. I would like to see, maybe they've had so many different variations of the Joker over the years. I would like to see Mr. Freeze in a new movie. And I'm not talking about, the one where it was George Clooney was Batman. I believe it was George Clooney that played Batman in that movie. Oh, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who played Mr. Freeze, and then you had Jim Carrey who played the Riddler. I don't know if they're ever gonna put the Riddler back into the movies. They did put him in the Gotham TV show, but that TV show ended, I think, a couple of years ago, or maybe it's still going on. I can't remember. And and who knows what's going to happen with Superman in the future? Who knows what's going to happen with Aquaman in the future? Who knows what's going to happen with, with the Flash, if they're going to bring Ezra Miller back for the second Justice League film, if that ever gets made? Or what's going to happen with Wonder Woman, because they were supposed to have Wonder Woman be released early last month. And they had to push that back to 2021. Now it might be pushed back to 2022. They don't really know what's going to happen with movies in the future. I'm just interested to see what DC is going to do in the future with Batman and Wonder Woman and Justice League and all that stuff. Because I find some of those movies, interesting. And other movies that were in the DC universe really didn't hit home. Like Suicide Squad wasn't really the greatest of films. I know there's a lot of people who loved the Suicide Squad film with Will Smith as Deadshot, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and there's just a bunch of other actors and actresses in that movie. Cara Delevingne played, the Enchantress, and Amanda Waller was played by Viola Davis, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I'm just curious to see what's going to happen in the future with the DC world. And maybe you guys can answer it, or maybe you can't. I can't really decide for that. I'm hoping the Robert Pattinson version of Batman's really good. I hope the second Wonder Woman film, 1984, is really good when those movies are released. When they decide to release Justice League 2. Things like that. I'm just interested to see what happens in the future with these movies and these shows that are happening. Supergirl, the television show's ending after 6 seasons. You just had Arrow end after 8 seasons a couple years ago. Flash could be next. I don't know what's going to happen with the TV shows. They could all end, at some point. They're thinking about making Arrow and the Canaries a spin-off show with Mia Smoke, who's Green Arrow's daughter, and she'll play, Arrow in that show. And then you've got the White and Black Canary with, maybe Katie Cassidy will reprise her role as Black Canary. And maybe, Katie Lotz will reprise her role as White Canary. I can't really decipher that right now. or tell you what's going to happen with that show. It's supposed to, I don't know when that's supposed to be released. It's just all of these things. I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen with movies in the future when this whole, COVID and Corona thing's over. And I can't really decide or tell you how Robert Pattinson's going to do as Batman. I can't really tell you what's going to happen with Justice League or Wonder Woman or any other, DC movies that are going to be released in the future. But I'm hoping that they're going to be good, whatever happens. Anyways, I think that's all I've got for you guys today. I want to wish Lucy Sutcliffe, a.k.a. Lucy Elizabeth, a happy birthday today. And who else's birthday is today? I'm blanking right now. I can't... Hang on 1 second. Don't mind me. It's Halsey's birthday today, and Zachary Levi's birthday today. He played Chuck and a bunch of other stuff. He's turning 40, and she's turning 26, so... And Lucy's turning 28. So, I mean, anyone else who has a birthday on this day, today, the 29th day of September, 2020, happy birthday to you. And I will see you tomorrow at a different location, or maybe I'll film it here and then upload it there. Don't mind that. And I'm sorry for that little pause. I was trying to get a sheet of paper to tell me whose birthdays it was today. And like I said, I will see you tomorrow with the brand spanking new vlog. I don't know if it's going to be here or if it's going to be at the other place, but I will let you know when I find out. Alright, I gotta go. Bye-bye.